Good afternoon and welcome to the Lake District. Yes, it is a little damp, but that doesn't detract from the GV70 Electrified. Now you're probably thinking, you've driven one of these. Yeah, but that was a petrol. Can you tell it's electric? And it offers around 280 miles of range, starts at 64,000 and offers a supreme drive. And we are going to road trip it. I'm Ben Quirt, welcome to Planet Auto. There's no other way of saying this. This is a complete beast. 435 brake horsepower, dual motor, all-wheel drive and 0 to 60 in either 4.1 or 4.2, dependent on how you drive it. And there's no scrabble for grip. The other thing is, it's got a decent range. And you've got to remember, this weighs in at 2.3 tons. Now some of you will be sat there going, who are Genesis? Well, they're a band, but no, they're more than that. They're a luxury leg of Hyundai Group, and they make all manner of vehicles. Petrol, electrified, SUVs, cars, you name it. Rather similar to the Japanese and German luxury car makers, and for a lot less than you might think. For instance, this starts at £64,000. Yeah, ours isn't anywhere close to that. It's closer to 78,000. But it's got all the bells and whistles. Innovation packs, comfort packs, even ergo motion seats with massage. You've got a button on the steering wheel that says boost, and that gives it an extra 55 brake horsepower. It's built on the M3 platform and it's super quiet. They've refined pretty much everything. Hydro bushes, hydro subframes, and the structural rigidity. It's increased, I think it's around 24% over the petrol variants. Trims, powertrains, well that's simple, there's one. This one, and quite aptly, it's sport. Whether they'll introduce other trims from the petrol range, we'll have to wait and see. But this ticks so many boxes, it's the one I'd always go for anyway. The charging flap's here, not that you can really tell until I do this. 800 volt architecture, which means you can charge it with a 350 kilowatt charger, 100 miles in 4 or 5 minutes. Now yes, you're not going to find a 350 kilowatt charger on the corner of every street, but the majority now are 120, so you still get a decent range in a decent time. Now you're probably thinking, alright, yeah, it looks like a pretty good SUV. What's it going to be like on a road trip? Well, we did one. We've covered around 1,000 miles. It's given us a chance to test the practicality of the GV70. We managed to get 15 to 20, I think it was bin liners, full of clothes, bags, all to go at the charity shop. I can quite easily get my electric mountain bike in there, but we'll look at that a bit later on. The best bet is to check out our road trip. It just outlines everything we experienced, and that's all the little journeys as well as the mega journey down to Cardiff. And we virtually made it on one charge, and the only reason we didn't is because it dropped down to 3 degrees. And yes, we did have the heating on and the infotainment system. It will tell you what the range is with the fans on and with off. And even the massage function kept kicking in. And of course, our tunes. So yeah, we didn't turn everything off and try and do a super economy drive. No, there's no fun in that. That's why I say that the range it tells you is the range you get. In a word, simply elegant, beautiful design lines. The curvature, the shaping, the slimmed down LED lights, and they are adaptive with high beam assist. I suppose the thing that really stands out about this is nothing's overdone. I just think it's like classic design language. It's like cars used to be. No overzealous styling, simple beauty. In a way, it's got a rather sinister look, especially the way this tucks over. I suppose it looks commanding. It has got prowess. It's one of those vehicles that you'll instantly recognise. Now the grille, I suppose it's what you call diamond-esque. And I do like these active vents. I think the one thing that does stand out to me is this little splitter. Very cool. Safety. It's quite literally all singing and dancing. AEB, collision detection, collision mitigation systems, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, sensors and cameras all over the shop, and great visibility all round. One of the things that I really love is it's not got rubber band tyres and 19-inch wheels, so it makes it mega comfortable on motorways and B roads. And A roads for that matter. No plastic cladding. It blends. And you've got decent ride height. And that means you can be a little adventurous, especially with the all-wheel drive system. And even at that height, it doesn't compromise road driving. It feels glued to the road. Not surprising with its weight. Also multi-link suspension and all that jazz. In a word, it's a rather well set up SUV. It's such a clean look down the side. The only addition is pretty much the chrome that envelops the window line. I'm also a fan of these polished metal roof bars. As you'd expect, there's a rather comprehensive palette. Ours is Savile Silver, but there's also 13 other colours to choose from, including matte finishes. Power folding door mirrors with blind spot detection. That also displays in the heads-up display, and it's on all corners of the car. Keyless entry, and I do like these polished door handles. The door opens nice and wide, and premium materials throughout. Now this is where I'll add that we do have the optional extra Napa interior. Speaks for itself. And I can't forget that we've got doors that cover the sills. Yet again, just elegant design language. Plush areas, armrest, and mood lighting. And this is what glows red when you hit the boost button. It just feels so good. Fully electric seat, and we've got the memory function on the door. You can also see we've got an upgraded Lexicon audio system. Climbing in, child's play. I do have to duck my head a little bit, but no, nice and simple. And we do have a grab handle. Perfect. A contemporary design style with curvature, functionality. It's not hidden behind screens. Proper buttons, rotaries. There's just something about a Genesis. The clocks have a greater depth, more dimension, if you will. Analog digital. Now you will find hard plastics, but to be honest, they're pretty much hidden. And yeah, they're good. Electronic handbrake here, and you can also pop your power tailgate. And yes, that is descent control. So not only all-wheel drive, you've got everything you need for winter adventuring. Paddles on the back, and I think there's 3 or 4 modes, which then adjust your regen. Now I mentioned before that we have ergo motion seats. That means they've got massage and they've got 18-way adjustability. Multiple lumbar adjustment here. Talk about finding the perfect position. This is your massage button. If you hold it down, you can turn it off, or you can scroll through the modes, and it will all appear on the infotainment screen. It's very straightforward. When you're on a long haul, the car actually detects that actually you could do with a massage and just sorts it out for you. Ooh. Yes, I've already preset my seat. Thing is, I've covered well over 1,000 miles now, and it's not skipped a beat. It really hasn't. But when you look at it, well, I'm not really surprised. Solid build quality, decent switchgear, everything. It just feels great. Refined and elegant, like the outside. Everybody I've spoken to who've driven a Genesis or even experienced one loves it. Classically designed. Vehicles like this don't need to scream out their name. I mean, just look at this. And the vents. Not dust traps either. Everything just operates seamlessly. Recessed buttons. And I do like the way that we've got a light headliner. This just makes it feel so open. Plus we've got a mega panoramic. I really do love the flow of this all the way around to the door card. It just, I suppose, envelops you. It would have been nice to have a padded area here. The hard plastics, well, they're good quality. Cup holders, USBs, and this is a wireless charging pad. An armrest that's wide enough for you and your passenger, and extra storage inside, and a 12 volt. Everything's just, well, that says it all. You've got a 1-speed transmission, and it's operated using this. I do like rotary dials. Park mode in the middle, reverse, neutral and drive. You've also got auto hold. Infotainment system. It's not the biggest, but to be honest, it perfectly suits. Anything more would be, I suppose, garish. The other thing is, it's responsive. And you control it all with this joystick here. And of course, you can use it as touchscreen. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, satellite navigation, over-the-air updates, you name it. Weather, shopping. To be honest, I could probably make a 20-minute video just on that. We've also got the upgraded Lexicon audio system. And in a word, it's banging. To my favourite part, the driving modes and terrain modes all operated here. You've got sport, comfort and eco, and then you've got snow, mud, sand, something along those lines. And you can see the angle of the vehicle. It gives you lots of information. You couple that with a descent control and you've got everything you need, well, for winter. If you like this type of video, why not subscribe to the channel? You just hit the button on the right hand side. It's free and you'll get an alert every time we upload. Also, if you do like the video, why not give it a like? It all helps and it means we can get more cars. Thank you. Decent chunky stalks, nice and solid. Cluster, very straightforward. You can see when it's charging, when it's depleting battery. You can change the layout. Nice and easy to see your battery percentage. And you can go through your fuel computer, which obviously isn't a fuel computer on this. But you can see lots of information, including your navigation, your infotainment system, heads-up display, excellent. To be honest, 9 times out of 10, I don't even use the cluster anymore. The seats. Heated, ventilated, perforated Napa leather, and it's quilted. I think it's around a £2 option, but it's worth every penny. It's finished beautifully. They're very supportive, and when you put it in sport mode, the bolsters tighten. Very Kia Stinger GT. The adjustability in my seat is quite literally mega. Can bring this bit forward, this bit back, this bit up. 6'3", just not a problem. What's that? Even with this bit that juts out, I've still got 1.5 inches. It's comfortable and it's a great driving position. Operating the sunroof, nice and easy. Now how can I forget about the climate control? Tri-zone, rotaries, digital readouts. You'll also find your heated and ventilated seats and heated steering wheel there too. The side profiles are rather pleasing ones. I'm especially fond of this line here. It's just something unique. Sloping roofline. Thing is, it doesn't affect headroom in the back. Look at these rear haunches. Discs all round and vented all round. Mind you, with 435 brake horsepower, you need to stop as well as you go. The door opens nice and wide, and that's a decent opening. Ooh, premium materials once again. Great to see that these match the front. And look, pull-up blinds. Such care and attention goes into the design of these door cars. Very nice. Decent door pocket too. Child's play. I do have to dip my head a little bit, but to be honest, it's easier than getting in the front. I didn't expect that. Reclining seats, decent legroom, and I can get my feet under the seats. Genesis are just so well done. Grab handle, coat hook, and I've got my own individual light. Very nice. That's what you call light and airy. I like this. Once in the back, it's rather spacious and very comfortable. It's finished at such a high level. And the one thing that's consistent across all of them is the quality of materials and the interior, I suppose, premiumness. If your troublesome passenger thinks, I'm going to have more legroom, well, no, because I can just go, you need a little less. But it's also got all of the functionality. Now we've got the rear seat comfort pack, meaning we've got our own zone and heated seats. And there's 3 levels. You can't forget the 2 USBs under here. Pull down armrests, cup holders, ISOFIX points, airbags around the vehicle, and adjustable seat belts for the front. And yes, you don't need to go for this colour. Headroom. Well, even if I lean right back, my hair doesn't brush. Looking out the window, just clear, bar my blind. Very nice. Let's take a look at the back. I raved about the rear last time. It's just simply beautiful. Curvature like the front once again. And these flared haunches. It's certainly got a presence. Thing is, it's just simple contemporary design, and it works so well. I think that's the one thing that stands out to me across the full Genesis range. Nothing's, I suppose, garish. It's just beautiful flowing lines. Experience it for yourself, because until you do so, you won't know what you're missing. Sporty rear spoiler and high level brake light. Now, if I was the designer, I would have took this under here just to give it a stealth look. But then you couldn't have the release here, which I think is a damn good thing. If it wasn't here, I'd have to stoop to open it. Slim down LED rear lights, parking sensors, cross traffic alert. I think it's got rear collision detection, and obviously a 360 camera. Let's take a look in the boot. Decent sized boot. Thing is, you quite easily get, say, a month's shopping in there and going on holiday, absolutely no problem. Also, if I lift this You can see you've got extra space and somewhere to stow your cables. And yes, that is V2L. So I can charge my electric mountain bike using the vehicle, and it also fits in the back nice and easily too. Even on a banking like this, I can virtually stand under it. So on the flat, it's absolutely no problem. This is a good idea, because when these are illuminated, vehicles from behind can see you. Little stowage net here, 12 volt. Good to see there's 2 rear interior lights. Removing the load cover, just pop in one end, and the great thing is it stows under the floor too. So these lift up and quite literally stows under here. Very neat. These just pop back on. Drop in the seats, nice and easy. Pull this. Ah, I thought it was going to do it. That's better. And it lays damn near flat. No lip here and virtually no gap, and it lays pretty much flat. Perfect. This is a nice touch. Polished boot lip. It also means that things slide over this a lot easier. And look, literally with the floor like this, completely flat loading area. Let's take a look under the bonnet. To release, pull here, push this lever up, and struts, love it. And yes, we have a frunk with a light, love it. Time mobility kit stowed there too. You're now starting to see why this feels so structurally sound, and with things like this you can see why the structural integrity, I suppose, is rather stiff. It doesn't jelly around like normal SUVs. Yes, you will get an element of body roll, but things like this, and the fact that I think, as I mentioned, it was 24% stiffer than the petrol version. Nice and easy to see where to top up the fluids and where your battery is. It virtually does that itself. You don't have to push it. It almost pulls itself down. Quick launch from 5 miles an hour. Whee! 50. That's unbelievably quick. Fresh new road. Smooth indeed. Mind you, it's always been like
Is that the technical term?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, range 227 miles. So we've used 23 and probably done close to 30?
Well, it's going to be 32, isn't it?
Yeah. The powertrain's remarkable on this. Even in damp conditions, it just won't wheel spin. I think you'd have to be on full lock, on boost, and just flooring it, because normal launches from junctions, you know, pulling out car parks, things like that, it just digs its heels in and goes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A combo of driving, we're still getting around 3.5 mile kilowatt hour.
Ooh.
Pretty good for something this size,
Yeah.
especially on these roads. With GV70 Electrified, we've got the all-wheel drive powertrain and decent ride height. So things like this just aren't a problem. Well, that's pretty good.
And there you have it. And if you really want to see what this SUV is made of, check out our 1,000-mile road trip. Thanks for watching.